That is me, Sean James from 999 Capital. Welcome to another episode of The Silver Show. And I thought it'd be great if we took a step back away from the market trends and different valuations of silver and talking about all the future stuff. But I want to talk about some of the history of silver because there's a ton of cool information that I want to share with you. So how did silver get its start? Well, actually, back in Turkey and ancient Greece, back then Turkey was called Asia Minor, these were the first silver deposits, or at the very least this is where silver became the most popular. This is largely due because of the enormous wealth generated by the Persian Empire at the time. And if you've seen that movie 300, I know it's a bit far-fetched, it's not really historically accurate, but you can see the Persians, they were very wealthy people, they like to hoard their gold and their silver. And if you're a fan of ancient battles, you probably heard about the Battle of Salamis. That was the last stand for Western civilization, as many historians put it. And a big reason why that war was fought was because of the Laurium mines. Now these mines, they contained a lot of silver coins, and both the Persians and the Athenians, they wanted that for themselves. So, silver, it's the top tier precious metal, but that's very undervalued at the moment. And through almost all centuries, it's been used as kitchen utensils, religious items, and even forms of currency. As I was saying in my previous video, India, China, Great Britain, they all use it at some point to exchange with their monetary system. But in China, it only started gaining popularity when the Yang dynasty came in. And in England, it was the 14th century. That's when silver really became more popular and people started to make different types of silverware out of it. That's where you get the sterling silver from. And also Sheffield plating system that was created in England. And contrary to popular belief, silver plating is not just putting silver coating on brass. That's not what it is. It's a very complex process where it's not as refined as the sterling, but still in there with the brass too. Another very popular historical fact that I like to share is during the 1500s, I believe, the Spaniards came over to the New World, if we go to the Western Hemisphere side of things. And when the Spaniards came, they found a lot of rich silver deposits in both Mexico and Peru. It's even said that the great Mexican Emperor Montezuma, he was decked out head to toe with all silver, including his helmet, which had a lot of feathers on it, which I don't know how he did it, but it's pretty remarkable. But after the Spaniards left, silver remained as a currency in a lot of Latin America for about 300 years. And during that time, Mexico and Peru and other South American countries, they comprised about 85% of the world's silver production. It was so popular that their currency, it was called the piece of 8 coin, which is a very popular coin to this day, and it's worth a couple $100. Pretty great. Another great thing about silver is that it was even located in America too. And if you read up on the American history at all, you would have learned about the Revolutionary War. And Paul Revere, if you didn't know, he was a very famous silversmith. And silversmiths, what they do just like what blacksmiths do with iron. They forge silver together to create different utensils, flatware, weapons. That's what Paul Revere did. Did a lot with the gunpowders and the gun muskets, I believe. I'm not too sure about my gun terminology here. But that's what Paul Revere did. And if it wasn't for Paul Revere, I don't think we would have won the Revolutionary War. And if you go to the mountainous regions of America during the American frontier, there was a lot of silver rushes in the regions of Nevada, Colorado, and Utah. Right now, all those mines have been completely flushed out, so it's very, very tricky to find any silver deposits there. They're still going to be there, obviously. Silver is a natural resource. So who knows, maybe a couple years from now, maybe my company will be the first to explore there again. Look at that, eh? Another one I want to touch on is the importance of silver as the currency system. Because for a long period, it was the currency for America, but because of the whole central banks and the Federal Reserve jumping in, they kind of erased that, and what we have today is a system that is completely run on fiat money. Now this system, this monetary basis, if you want to call it that, it was designed to make the rich richer and you poor by not making the dollar valued more than it is. And that's where silver comes in. That's why us at 999 Capital, what we're trying to do, we're trying to create the first ever silver bank, where your assets are backed by something tangible. And people just can't keep printing money at a moment's notice, which is kind of ridiculous. There's not going to be any exorbitantly high interest rates, no more lending out your money to other people when they specifically promise not to do that. And no more fractional reserve banking. These are all terrible no-nos which won't exist at 999 Capital. We're set to make our big debut in September, late August, so stay tuned for that by joining our mailing list. And here's a quick tip. If you're one of the very first of the 100 people to open an account with us, you'll receive a free 1 ounce American silver dollar or a Canadian silver dollar for all my Canadian listeners out there. Pretty cool, right? Just a way of saying thank you for joining us on this financial journey. Well, that's it for me today, everyone. I'm glad you joined me. I'll see you in the next video. And like always, keep stacking and always do your research about silver.